guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. This week I'm going to be doing an updated video tour of my business office storage. For those of you who don't know, I have a business called Goddess of Herbs. You guys can check out that link right here, and I'll put it in the description below, where I make and sell herbal remedies and natural products as well as jewelry and crystals. I did a video a while back on this. You guys can check it out right there, where I did take you through my business office storage, but the video was a little too loud, and since then I've expanded. I'm going to take you through my business office and show you where I house over 350 products. You'll see all of the expansion stuff as well, so hopefully this video is more enjoyable than the last. First things first, so that I have more room in my office to show you around my office, I'm going to move this ladder. When I first designed my house, I needed a place to put all of my tinctures, so I thought about building on the back wall and decided to put these 4 cabinets on the back wall. For my tinctures, I put them in alphabetical order, starting from the top and going to the bottom. I actually have some in the bottom cabinet as well. This is the cabinet where you can put 10 all the way back. My other cabinet houses capsules, my salves, beard balm and beard oil, Himalayan salt scrub, and insect repellent. I wanted space to go all the way back in order for me to fit as many products as I could, and even with the salves I could double layer them. Lastly, this bottom cabinet holds the tonics on the top 2, and then I have all of the bottles that make all the product. That's where I stock all of those. These are all the way back there, and then there's layers of each of the jars that I use to put all the products in. Now I'm going to actually show you where I keep all of the overstock for all of the tinctures that are in the back cabinets. I created this storage thing in order to house all of those. I alphabetized these as well, and you can put about 5 jars all the way back. One of my options was to put sliding things out that had doors and cabinets on the inside, but when I was talking to the builder, it seemed that that would have been just a more difficult way to go, so I just decided to put the shelves. I needed these shelves to be at least 7 or 8 inches each in order to accommodate all of these big ball jars, because some of the ball jars are just not small enough to fit in there. There needed to be enough room for me to put those in there. Now, there are certain things that I needed room for that weren't going to fit anywhere else in the office, so I was able to squeeze things like my sealer inside here, as well as a hole punch, extra bottles in case I need those. This is my herb sealer, capsules, and then this is where I store my awareness jewelry. Moving to the other side, this is where I store all of my supplies to make all of the natural products. I've got everything in here for all of my, say, toothpaste, tooth powder, the salves, the Himalayan salt scrub, the lip balms. I also have the jewelry, some more of the jewelry making stuff down here. 3 things were able to fit in there quite easy. I've got powders, beeswax, whisper. She always tries to go in these drawers, and I don't know why. I also have things like pipettes, bags for all of my herbs. I've got large, a smaller large, and then a small. And then back here, I actually keep these. That's where I store those, and there is another jewelry container back there. I also have in here my capsules, the already finished ones, so that when I make new capsules I can add them to here. There's a lot of stuff packed inside these 2 cabinets. The reason I chose closed storage is so that it didn't create a cluttered look in my office or even in my tiny house. Next thing we're going to talk about is the storage that I added to my office because I expanded my business. These cabinets used to be a decorative bookshelf of sorts where you could see through it. All of these you could see through, but I decided to take all the decor out of there, close it up, and utilize it for more storage for my business. So this is beeswax pellets. Those were easy enough to put in there. And then in these 3, I put my powders. All of the powders usually are in bags and they don't need much room, so I can lie them flat, and then I layer them. So there's just a bunch of different layers of all of my powders in there. So that was beneficial for me to add these. I put Velcro on there, and yes, they come off all the time. All right, moving to the next side, same thing. I put sample stuff in here. That one also opens on the other side. These are all sample stuff as well. More sample bags and more sample products. And Rocky. Next thing we are going to talk about is my dry herbs. When I first started my business, Goddess of Herbs, I had 33 different herbs. I had them in 1 ounce bags, and I was storing all of the 16 ounce herbs that I would buy bulk inside this container. Well, since then I have added 50 herbs, and I'm in the process of adding another 25. So I needed to actually consolidate some stuff. Those powders used to be in here. I was able to put those in there and put more herbs in here. And then I also brought in my plastic containers from my outside and fit those in the office so that I could have more storage to put more dry herbs in, as well as the finished product. So in each one of these I have 16 ounces of the herb, where I can make 16 bags of 1 ounce of each of them. And I fit a ton in here, but since adding more, I need to find more space, and then there's more on the other side. The other dry herbs are stored in here. I used to keep my seasonal clothing in here inside my shed back in the campground when I used to stay, but since I don't have the shed anymore and I didn't want to put these under the canopy, they came in handy in here. So in the top drawer I put the roots and the barks. The second one I put the powders and the seeds, and then the rest of them have the dry herbs that were in this brown container on the other side. And then I also had to keep one of my Amazon boxes that I get all of my stuff from and fill a box over here. So that's basically what my sitting area looks like. That big box of herbs is taking up all of that space. Not that I sit there anyway, but what I was thinking of doing is adding another one of those brown things and actually putting it behind the ladder. In my old apartment, I had a shelf inside my closet that held my essential oils. So when I got to this house, I told myself I'm gonna build a little shelf to put all the way against the wall in the back so they could be kept out of the way. The cats can't get to it. It's on display for me to pick whichever ones I want, and it's easy to move them around and add more if I need to. Before I expanded, I kept all of my herbs in these 2 containers on this side and that side. And then the other one is right there. So that's where all the 33 herbs times 6 used to go. But since expanding, I have expanded up vertically, and I put all of the new baskets on the wall. Each of these baskets holds about 2 to 7 herbs. The smaller ones hold less and the larger ones hold more. So those were all added to the top. I also put my samples in those 2 baskets. My main idea for housing all of my crystals that I sell, the idea was to be able to display them on the top of my cabinets in order for me to be able to get the energies from them and to visually enjoy them. This is the other side. I purchased those shelving things in order to be able to, again, store them up instead of just one layer. I think they look better on display that way, and they fit completely back there to where I'm also able to put stuff in the front. These are my Himalayan salt bars. They used to be inside here. You could still see a couple inside there, but because I had this vacant basket, I decided to put them on display and put them on this shelf. I went ahead on Etsy when I first started adding all of my lip balms, and I decided to get another vertical stand in order to house all of the lip balms. So I have about 27 lip balm scents as well as some healing sticks in there. Moving up here, I store my solid perfumes up in these little containers, so that was an easy place for me to put them up on top of the drums. And I also sell those at craft shows and just bring those right along. So this is where I keep my sample labels and inserts for all the samples. This one is office supplies mainly, ink cartridges, stapler, all of my, like some of my mailing stuff. On the other side, I keep my lip balms, the extra lip balms that are in there, anything that doesn't fit in there, and then I will use those as backup. And then honestly, I put my bills in this drawer, and then I file them later, so that was planned also. One of these drawers was going to be the bills drawer. For my labels, I keep my labels in this file cabinet. So from here all the way back to here, these are all the labels for all of my products. I order them bulk. The bottom is for my bills and stuff, so that's why I believe this file cabinet was necessary for my tiny house and to put in my office. It's coming in handy. Another thing that I had to create storage for in my business office was the shipping supplies. This pulls out 29 inches and it holds all kinds of shipping stuff. There's stuff all the way back there as well. This whole bottom floor was created for all craft show and business stuff. The entire 8x8 office over here is basically all business stuff except for the cat loft at the top. In here I decided to put 4 plastic containers, 2 containers in there for the craft shows as well as 2 containers on the other side in a space that's just like this. And lastly, I created storage on the outside of my tiny house on both sides in order for me to put the craft show tables, the tents, and chairs. This side right here is the inside of the storage and that side is the outside. So how was that? A lot better, right? Definitely better than the first video where it was so loud. And not only that, but I was able to maneuver through the office and I didn't have to go through that couch bed storage, which I have already put in the canopy. I had to move everything before to get to that couch bed storage in the last video. A lot of stuff was stored in there, including some of the stock of the dried herbs. So every time a dried herb would sell, I'd have to go in the couch bed storage. Now I feel that this storage solution is a lot better, especially for the expansion in my business. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button below and click the notifications button so you can receive a notification each time I post a new video, which is every Sunday. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next video.
Chishty, what is he doing there? Are you helping me? Come here. Look at this cat. Look at him. Look at that guy. Look at that fussy guy. Go get your sister. Don't you fuss.
The cat's cat. Excuse me. Rocky, there's spiders over there. It's Heidi. Heidi's over there. I don't want you to kill her. Heidi and Snakes are in there, and I don't want the cats to get to the spiders that I'm keeping as pets. An updated business storage.